We'd rounded the turn and were headed home from the road trip. We'd seen pretty much everything we had wanted to see. It's easy to fall into the trap of driving like a maniac just to get home. We avoided that. We knew from our recent experience there's always so much to see if you're willing to take the time and research what's along the route. We did just that, and we really found some gems. This video covers all the amazing attractions on the way home from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
On the road again.
Fresh with confidence on our new Michelins, we had a long driving day. In fact, we had to drive all morning until we got to lunch at the Sandia Peak Tramway, the third longest tramway in the world. It climbs almost 4,000 feet, right from the edge of Albuquerque up to 10,300 feet, which has a restaurant of the name 10-3.
All right, everyone, welcome to the top. Please watch your step as you exit. If you can make your way all the way across.
We're on Sandia Peak.
The food was really good. We really enjoyed our lunch there, and furthermore, they had quite the nice bar menu for an excellent start on day drinking for all the non-drivers.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
I've seen worse views in my life. And now Mike will play the pan flute. Sandia Peak ski area.
So it was great. She just loved it. I got the drink.
Bloody thief.
After lunch, we had a drive to get to our next hotel along Route 66, where we stopped to see everything we could with that famous historic road along the way. We were even treated to a double rainbow. And do you ever notice the colors are opposite on the double rainbow? You can't pass up a Route 66 sign.
Couple of dodas here at 66. We're approaching the Continental Divide. The sun is setting, and we have intermittent rainfall. This could get very ugly. However, we have another 24 minutes until the Historic El Rancho, and then we will relax and possibly have dinner and perhaps drinks.
We had intermittent rain along the route. However, that was fine by us because the next day we needed the water for another attraction. Our home that evening was the Historic El Rancho Hotel, where many stars had stayed where they were filming in the area.
Need shoe shine? The lobby of El Rancho.
It was a charming hotel, and the food was really good. We had dinner and breakfast there, but be forewarned, the rooms are small. Our first destination in the morning was a national park that doesn't get too many visitors, despite the fact that it straddles an interstate.
In the painted desert.
Do you know that these are all sedimentary layers from eons ago, and it's just mud, different colored mud. And as the rain came in, like the rain we experienced yesterday, it washes it away and it shows you all this crap that's buried beneath. There could be dead bodies out there.
The painted desert inn, overlooking the magnificence of a desert that has been painted. The petroglyphs at Newspaper Rock. Apparently they have two editions down there, left and right.
Look on the left. Hey, Bernie Sanders gained office that year.
They're little pointy sand piles that are layered like a chocolate cake. It's erosion at its best. I'm glad I got out of the car this time.
Kathy, the pictures are this way. The teepees. We're here at Agate Bridge. It's actually a petrified log, or a normal log that happened to fall in a concrete bridge and then it turned petrified. So that's a lucky break. Jasper Forest, one of the largest sites of petrified wood in all of the park. I guess dogs like peeing on any log. An area that looks like Stone Age. Even the logs were made of stone back then.
Petrified in here.
Not just horrified?
Not just horrified.
That little bug's gonna be very disappointed that they're going after petrified wood. Seems like it's pretty much stone inside that thing.
What do you think about this petrified wood?
I'm petrified.
Law enforcement uses this as a routine speeding run, apparently. Next up, we wanted to see a natural phenomenon that wasn't a national park. In fact, it was privately owned. It was something featured in the movie Starman, and something I've wanted to see all my life. Preston, you've grown.
Lost all his hair. He's been searching for petrified wood.
Apollo test capsule. Boilerplate number 29.
This looks like another Arizona meteor. This is my second one that I've been on. It looks awfully similar to the first. Notice how it's shiny? That's for people rubbing it for good luck.
Meteor crater. Oh wait, wrong way. Have you seen a meteor crater around here?
No, I don't know where it's at.
Keep looking around, all I find is buildings and stairs. Oh, wait a minute. There's a divot over here.
Oh,
That might be it.
that could be it.
It's created by a rock no bigger than this.
Is that right?
Possibly.
Fact.
It's a fact. Look it up. It's on the internet.
It was huge.
So that's where the Apollo moon astronauts practiced moonwalking. They didn't look anything like Michael Jackson, but they did their best. Just as a man with 2 watches never knows what time it is, people with 8 telescopes never know what is near and what is far. Enthralled by the luckiest visitor center on the planet. Think how close that came to being hit by this meteor.
Pretty amazing that it missed it by just essentially a couple hundred feet. The calculations to be that precise.
From here, our next destination was something that was very much off the beaten path. In fact, it was the only part of the trip that was mostly on dirt roads. However, it was worth the drive. Grand Falls, Arizona, also known as the Chocolate Falls. It's seasonal. The monsoonal rains have caused this to flow again. Usually it's only during the spring and occasionally in the summer. But the Little Colorado River flows down this waterfall that's 3 feet higher than Niagara Falls. Then it was off to our next destination, an old mining town that's been transformed into a tourist destination, Jerome, Arizona. Our home for the night was the Jerome Grand Hotel and Asylum. This was supposedly a haunted hotel, and we really looked for it. We really did. So we kept an open mind and kept our eyes open. For dinner, we walked over to the Clink Scale in town. This was one of the other best restaurants on the trip, right up there with Osek. After a terrific dinner, we returned back to the hotel, which was supposedly haunted, but we saw absolutely no sign of it and had a really peaceful night's sleep. The next morning, we went back to the Clink Scale for another delicious meal. Breakfast this time with their 1-penny mimosas. After breakfast, we explored some of the mining history of the town. We visited a mine shaft that was 1,900 feet deep. That was really impressive.
So who wants to get on and jump on the plexiglass? We have our first volunteer ready to get lowered into the shaft. I think. I'm pretty sure I know how to work that thing. Oh yeah, piece of cake.
After exploring the Audrey Headframe Park, we returned back into town to wander around and see some of the quaint shops and the other sights. After Jerome was off to Mike and Vicky's friends in Prescott, who were able to show us some good times off-roading, which is something that we don't get to do very much where we live.
Little more. Done.
After wearing out our welcome, we departed for our final night on the road trip in Palm Springs. The final crossing of the Arizona-California desert proved every bit as interesting as our first on the way out, meaning not interesting at all. We drove straight through to the Margaritaville Hotel and enjoyed a mediocre margarita at an uninhabited poolside.
Here we are at the Margaritaville Resort in Palm Springs. It's a bit dead at this point, even though it's in the 80s out here right now, but we're now going to walk to dinner.
We walked over for an enjoyable dinner at the 1501 Uptown Gastropub. Sure, say that 10 times fast. The next morning, we had breakfast at a local legend, Rick's Restaurant and Bakery. During the drive home, we were all glowing in the memory of all we had experienced and looking forward to future road trips. In our next video, we'll cover a weekend getaway to Cambria on the Central Coast, where we did a lot less driving and still experienced a great getaway. If you don't want to miss it, please subscribe so you're notified when it's released. If you get a chance, please check out DOTA 66 to learn more about driving organ donation awareness. Thanks for watching.